All right, so we are recording live now, and I've got Dr. Dave Balfour from DRA joining me on the call today. Thank you, Dave, for joining me. We just talked about the weather out in Alberta. If we want to kick things off, maybe tell us a little bit about, I guess, where you are and your background as a dentist, and let's go from there.
Well, I graduated from the University of Alberta and came to small town Alberta, a little town called Pincher Creek, because of the skiing, frankly.
What's the closest hill?
I beg your pardon?
What's the closest ski hill?
Castle Mountain Resort, it's called.
Okay.
At one time, it was called West Castle.
Gotcha.
And actually, it just has been pronounced the #1 small ski resort in the world
Nice.
by the Telegraph newspaper in Great Britain.
Oh, cool.
So I don't know what that means, but it's not bad.
Nice. Awesome. And so you set up a practice in Pincher Creek, or did you take one over?
I associated with a senior dentist that had been here since, I think, 1951. And I guess I was such a pain in the butt that he invited me to buy him out, and I did. And away we went. We were associates for a long time, and then he retired. And I've had a series of associates. And then I had a skiing accident in 1996.
Oh, man.
That I got back to practice for about 6 months, and then eventually had to pack it in and retire.
So that's, I guess, almost 30 years ago now. What have you been occupying yourself with in those 30 years?
Well, I like to keep busy, so I've done all kinds of things. I did some training in the financial sphere, and we have an acreage here that needs a lot of tender care. We raised 3 kids, I've kept very busy.
And one of those things that eats up some of your time is something called DRA. When did that come about?
Well, Direct Reimbursement Associates. When I came to this little town, the major employer in this town had a new dental plan. And a lot of the people covered by the dental plan didn't understand why it didn't pay 100% of everything. And
that question hasn't changed for decades.
Exactly. So I read in the Journal of the American Dental Association about direct reimbursement. They have an office of direct reimbursement, actually, and convinced 3 families of my patients to join me and form a company called DRA to promote direct reimbursement dental plans. I went down to Chicago and took a course in dental payment systems, and came back, and we set up some direct reimbursement dental plans for the local businesses here. Unfortunately, that was pre-computer programming days, and it was all done by hand. All of the patient shareholders and my wife and I got very busy with kids and successful businesses, and so we put DRA on the back burner. And
so what year was it that you first formed?
I beg your pardon?
DRA? What year was it that you first formed DRA then?
It was November of 1988.
Okay, so this predates your skiing accident by quite a while.
Oh yeah, I've always been a big fan of direct reimbursement. And so anyway, eventually I found the software and fired it up, and having a lot of fun helping businesses with health spending accounts, which is basically direct reimbursement.
Awesome. And so I guess you hit the nail on the head there with health spending accounts. Is it basically an interchangeable term with THSPs?
Exactly. The legislation is Section 248 of the Canadian Income Tax Act, and it's called the Private Health Services Plan Act.
Okay.
And so when we're talking to plan holders, business owners, we usually call it a private health services plan, a
Mhm.
PHSP. When you're talking to employees, they're much more familiar with health spending account, but they're basically the same thing.
Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying that. So, let's say I'm a brand new dental clinic owner, fresh out of school, and I've only heard about buying um, insurance benefits by paying monthly premiums to Pacific Blue Cross or Canada Life or whoever it may be. If you were talking to that brand new clinic owner, can you give them kind of like 1 minute summary of how a PHSP is different compared to those traditional insurance plans?
Oh, absolutely. The advantage of a PHSP or health spending account is that it's directly from you to your employees, and you control the annual limit. The employees understand that it's a direct benefit from the employer, so it builds loyalty and cuts down on staff turnover, and you can increase the benefit to the employee the longer they stay with you, and the better their performance is. And you avoid all of the premium based insurance hassles like copays and limitations and outright exclusions.
Hmm.
Insurance companies make money on health plans. This I could go on for hours here, but
I can see
uh,
you just biting your biting your tongue.
copays, limitations, and exclusions are the way that insurance companies ensure that they make a profit.
Yeah.
And then when those run out, then they raise the premiums.
Yes. As I'm sure more than a few dentists that'll be watching this have experienced. So they get
Oh,
sucked in lower premiums, then all of a sudden, whoop, up
that's
they go.
right. Yeah,
So
that's right.
uh, you kind of explained how those traditional insurance companies make their money. How does DRA, like, what is your model? It's a percentage.
Well, yeah, it's basically a cost plus model. We charge 5% per claim, and our our competitors, the big guys in the cities, charge 10%. Some of them won't even tell you what they charge because they bundle it with travel insurance or something else.
Right.
Um, so we charge a flat 5%. We're a boutique financial firm. We don't have any other products. It's clear as a bell, and then of course we have to pay GST on top of that 5%.
Right.
But it's not GST on the whole claim. It's only on our fee.
Gotcha. I think one thing that we really need to stress here, and me being a current DRA client and having come from the buying the traditional insurance benefits, there's a huge increase in the flexibility of how we as dental practice owners can provide benefits to our team. And you already alluded to that with increasing the annual benefit for maybe longer term employees, or using that in terms of wage negotiations. And you just get a lot more flexibility because the employees, the team members, have basically their freedom of choice in what they want to spend those funds on. They're not getting limited to $25 per physio visit type deal. If they want to spend their whole
Exactly.
limit on physio visits, they're more than welcome to. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
I was gonna ask you. So, how does the whole process work then for somebody that is looking to onboard their clinic? Like, how would they sign up for DRA if they're interested, and then how would their employees submit claims and get reimbursed? Do they have to have any of their hands or fingers in that whole process?
The best way to get the ball rolling, of course, is to go to our website, which is draltd.com. And about 99% of the information, maybe 100% of the information you need is right on the homepage. So you can read that as you scroll down. At the bottom of that page is an online registration form to get us some basic information about your practice or company. And then below that is a payment button for $100 credit card payment, which is incidentally the last fee you will ever pay us, other than 5% per claim.
Yep.
And so then we will get back to you with the other forms that we need. Then when it comes to making claims, we have some offices who and non-dental companies as well, where all of the claims go through the receptionist, and they make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, and then they submit the claim to us through our encrypted email service. But most offices don't. The system is designed to be so that the employee can submit their own claims.
It makes life so much easier for us.
Well, and it's better for confidentiality.
Right.
There's medical confidentiality, things that they may not want people to know about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, our encrypted email service allows them to send those claims in directly to us. Then we take the claims, we adjudicate the claims according to the Income Tax Act, and we take them offline. And we have two computer systems, online and offline. All financial data and health information is kept offline, where it can't be hacked. So that's basically how it works. It's a 5-day turnaround, so that if we get a claim on Monday, the claim will be processed, adjudicated, and the money will be reimbursed to the employee on Friday morning before they wake up.
Amazing. And I think you had quoted me a figure before. I can't remember exactly what it was, but what rough percentage of benefits are actually claimed by team members per year?
We find that about 70% of team members make a claim in any one year.
Okay.
And that the average usage of the system is they will claim 70% of their annual limit.
Gotcha. Interesting. I don't know why people wouldn't use 100, but
well, yeah, especially when you understand that this is a tax-free benefit.
Mm-hmm.
If you give your staff member $1,000 raise, they're likely to see maybe $700 of it
mm-hmm.
after tax. Whereas if you give them $1,000 health spending account, they get the full $1,000.
Yep.
Because it's tax-free, and of course it's 100.
Perfect. We had a slight glitch there, but anyways, yeah, the tax advantages of PHSPs it's something that I don't think is made well enough known to a lot of our team members that are out there. For somebody that's just starting out with DRA, do you have any kind of recommendations on how many tiers or classes that they should start out with?
Well, we allow 6 classes, plus Class A, which is for the owners and senior executives. There are 6 other classes. The minimum annual limit that we allow is $500, mm-hmm. because 5% of that is $25, and we cannot administer a plan for less than that. So we suggest that that $1,000 is a good place to start, and then go up by either $500 or $1,000 up the other classes. And we don't get into the whys and wherefores of who gets what. That's totally up to the plan holder to decide the criteria for these annual limits. All we want to know is what those annual limits are, They can be changed anytime by a simple email.
Yeah, you guys have been very responsive whenever I've needed to make changes.
Yeah, we try to.
Awesome. Is there anything new or exciting coming down the pipeline in 2026 for DRA, or is it just going to be trucking along business as usual?
Well, we have a staff of 4 right now, and as you can see by my hairline, I'm not getting any younger, and the future is going to be our 2 daughters taking over the company.
Okay.
Now, when that happens, it'll be a gradual transition. We're also looking at making some technology changes.
Okay.
But the system works so well right now, and it's so secure that I'm reticent to make a lot of technological
If it ain't broke,
changes.
don't fix it.
Exactly. Yeah. But sooner or later, it'll be taken over by my 2 daughters.
That's
and,
awesome.
And they'll run it just the way we do.
It'll free you up for some more time on the ski hill or outside taking care of the acreage, right?
That's right. Well,
awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Excellent.
We'll leave it at that.
So, Dave, for anybody that didn't get it earlier, can you repeat the website URL?
Yeah, the website is draltd.com.
Nice and simple.
That's the homepage. All the information you need is right on the homepage. You can always give us a call if you have any questions, and we'd love to talk to you whether you sign up or not.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today, Dave. It's been a pleasure whenever we get to connect. So thanks again, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's.
Thank you, Scott, and the same to you.
Cheers.
Merry Christmas.
You as well.